Hi everyone. Want to come on here and make a video. It's been a while since I made one, but I was looking at some of Jordan Peterson's videos about BPD. Let me get to what he says about borderline personality disorder. He says borderline personality disorder is a female version of antisocial personality disorder. Now, this is not true. He is way off. Let me get this first. You can have antisocial personality disorder and be a female. Just because you are a male, it doesn't mean you have antisocial personality disorder. You can have intermittent explosive disorder, but there's criteria that you have to meet in either male or female to be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. Now, what we see in borderline personality disorder, this is the truth. This is what we see, and it's unfortunate on a normal basis. We see borderline personality disorder being stigmatized by a lot of mental health professionals. They're supposed to be professionals, but let's cut to the point here. Borderline personality disorder has, it's in cluster B, and it can have symptoms of antisocial personality disorder, but you very rarely hear it with associated with sociopath and psychopath. You hear it sometimes out of histrionic personality disorder, but that's rare too. Now, narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder, you really do. Psychopathy is a disorder of its own. So even if you do have antisocial personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder, to meet the construct of a psychopath or a sociopath, you would have to do something to commit a crime. Or it may not be to actually really harm someone, but to put yourself in life's danger. You would have to be like, those are the people that it is a narcissistic psychopath or sociopath, or they are a antisocial psychopath or sociopath. Just because you have antisocial personality disorder does not mean that you're a psychopath. Doesn't mean that you're a killer. It's close. That you could be. You might get close, but most of the people that have antisocial personality disorder, they're already, a lot of them are in confinement or they really don't seek treatment because they can't feel empathy. This is another thing about Jordan Peterson that I wanted to say. I really don't like what he has to say much about. He just adds like way too much. With borderline, he just had to make sure that he stigmatized borderline personality disorder in one of his videos. And that is the worst thing to do. Borderline personality disorder it's not an antisocial personality disorder. It can have a trait or two, but it's not an antisocial personality disorder. It can also have a trait of either one of the personality disorders, either one of the 10, because when you have a personality disorder, you're already at risk of having possibly 2 personality disorders, but you can't be diagnosed with no more than that. A lot of times what we see with borderline personality disorder, they tend to sometimes isolate themselves. So you would think that they might be antisocial, but no, that's not true. This goes into the avoidant personality disorder section right here. Now, this is not to say that people that have avoidant personality disorder, like me, they are antisocial, because that's not. I've even seen some terrible things on here about social anxiety and avoidant personality disorder, and it being highly confused with antisocial personality disorder. Avoidant personality disorder is not even in the same zip code as antisocial. Neither is borderline. Now, narcissistic personality disorder, that's a little different. They usually have to plan something. You know, antisocial, they don't have to plan nothing. But they have to have committed an offense to be a psychopath or a sociopath. I really do not believe that. I mean, anything that Jordan Peterson said in that video about borderline personality disorder. He stigmatized it a lot. It just didn't seem fair. And I've seen a lot of people on there with BPD thinking that he's telling the truth. No, he's not. And he's stigmatizing them, and they don't even know it. That's the sad thing. And I just wish that people that find my channel or Dr. Todd Grundy's channel watch his channel, because he's more accurate. He's very good. But even though borderline is in the cluster B personality disorder range, it's not antisocial personality disorder. It's not even close. So, that being said, I think I've addressed this pretty good. So if you have BPD, don't think you're antisocial personality disorder, because chances are you're not. I mean, later down the road, you could be diagnosed with another personality disorder, either one of the B's or A or C. Don't be scared that you're going. I mean, that you could be diagnosed with something like that. I mean, let a professional examine you. Don't listen to Jordan Peterson, because he'll stigmatize you and make you believe that you really are antisocial and that you're a psychopath. No, you're not. Borderline people, they know love, and they can push it away too, but they know what it is. And antisocial, they can't feel that. They don't have a feeling of love. They don't have I mean, maybe to their most important people they do, but that's not the way borderline personality disorder works. I mean, do they try to harm themselves? Yes, they tend. We see most of the time that they would harm themselves by far before they would harm you. Though that may not always be the case. I mean, not everyone's the same, but 95% of the time, someone with BPD is not going to hurt you. They may make you hurt yourself like a snake, but they're not going to hurt you. They would hurt themselves. And as my spouse has got BPD, so I have to keep a watch for that. You know, it's not, having BPD is not fun. I mean, and having avoidant personality disorder like I've got, it's not fun. Okay? So I just had to get on here and address that. And, borderline personality disorder people, you're not antisocial. Don't let him think you are. You're not. Thank you.